Hello, my good people, my good people. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to this channel. Welcome to the channel, my good people, my good people. Hello. So, long hair don't care, you guys. Long hair, long hair don't care. 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 Hello, you guys. If you are pretty new to the channel, welcome. Okay, Precious, is that you? Precious, Precious. If it's you, you have to do thumbs up in the comment section. If it's you, oh, that's you. Okay, thumbs up. Okay, so hello, happy Sunday to you guys. Oh yes, Precious. Oh my goodness, another person with like another thumbs up. You're the one person. That's hilarious. So you guys know me. I have been MIA on this channel because I am working on a lot of projects and I just don't seem to be having a break these days. But money is good. Thanks, girl. You know, long hair, don't care. Long hair, don't care. Okay, so let's talk about important things. Precious, thank you for tuning in. And this conversation really, I had this conversation with Precious, and we talk about why is it in LIB we don't have property management? Like, if you guys know property management companies in Liberia, please let us know. It would be really helpful. I'm trying to do a little bit of my little research and do like a comparative analysis and also to see if it's even feasible. But I would just really like to know why we don't have property management in Liberia. Some of us we just want to leave our properties, travel, go on vacation, go over the moon, and just have people take care of it, and we are able to pay them. Why is it we don't have that, right? So you guys, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. If you know of a property management company, let us know so some of us can take advantage of it. Because I want my house to be in good hands. Um, although recently I was contacted to sell somebody's house because I sold a house last year, $140,000 house. I sold it, and so people have been asking me like, "Hey, Emma, can you sell my house?" Honestly, I'm not into property management by any chance, um, but I am looking into it, and I would like to know if you guys know other people that are doing that as well. So maybe I can study this a little bit more and include it with my other things that I do. So yeah. Anyway, I really don't have much to talk about. Don't mind me. I'm very bored today. Um, yes. Okay, so that's that property management. And then the next thing I wanted to talk about is the those that are saying they can invest in Liberia property wise, but they can go to Ghana and buy property because it's an easy option. Why can't you take that money and go build in Liberia, right? Where you have a lot of advantages. Let me just tell you, as a Liberian, you do have a lot of advantages in Liberia first because you're familiar with the place. That's your home. Nobody's gonna kick you out because that's your house. That's your home, right? The other thing is, you don't need to lease any space that you can buy a land because that is your home, like I said. So you buy your land, you can get builders from all over the place. So maybe you just don't want to use Liberian builders because I know you guys have some type of mindset. You don't want to use Liberian builders. You can get builders from any other place, okay? Or find the right folks and then you build your property. The same nice property you see in Liberia, Ghana, South Africa, Senegal, wherever it is in Africa that you find those nice properties, you can find the same thing in LIB. Okay, you can build the same thing in LIB. It's really true. It's really true, you guys. So yeah, just a word of encouragement because somebody today told me that they're trying to buy a property in Ghana and it's $150,000 and they have to put $30,000 down and they were asking me for my opinion and I was like, my opinion, you really want to go buy a place in somebody else's place if it's not an investment, don't waste your time. Go to Liberia and go build yourself. Go to Liberia and do that. But if you're looking to just buy somebody else's home to go and live there and pay $150,000 for a two-bedroom apartment because it look nice, may God bless your heart. Because the thing is, the $150,000 you can take to buy a two-bedroom apartment in Ghana, really, if it's not an investment, okay, like I said, if it's an investment, you can do your calculation to see if you can have return within a set amount of time. So, for instance, if you're buying a place for $150,000 and you do your calculation, if you were to short term lease it and do your calculation when you're going to pay that 150,000 and then get the profitability, that's your problem. That's something you can do. But if there's something you want to live in and you're paying $150,000, I'm blown away because you can take that $150,000 and build the nicest two-bedroom apartment by the ocean in Liberia, and you can sip your tea, your wine, and have a beautiful life. Okay, you can you can take that money and build something else. That's my point. So my advice pretty much was don't be buying stuff in Ghana just because it look nice. The same thing you can build in Liberia as well. So that's another conversation. Hello, my darling dear. Anyway, so yeah, so I always encourage that. Of course, like I said, if it's business, you need to diversify your portfolio. So I'm not asking you to solely just build in Liberia and then you just go buy your business. You want to make sure that it's cost effective. And the other thing is, um, this came to my knowledge recently, although I was aware before, right? But a lot of people keep calling me about this. So there is a property on the Robertsphere Highway about it's around the Army barrack, right? And the company told you Liberians in the diaspora that they could build your home, two bedrooms, tight little two bedroom. Like I think New York spaces are even more like spacious. Two bedrooms, tight little space. There's no backyard. There's no side yard. Okay, like there's no front yard. Backyard. They sold you a plan, and they sold a lot of you guys this concept of a two bedroom, 40,000 plus place on the Robertsphere Highway on the barrack, the Army barrack. And then recently, a lot of you found out that it scammed you guys. Okay, so the question I was asking these people that call me so I can put them on my channel is, you're calling me why? First of all, you guys all need to mobilize. Okay, all of you guys need to mobilize and see how best you can sue this company. It's not rocket science. They scam you because you in your right mind thought $40,000 two-bedroom apartment and look decent by a company would do well for you. So these people lied to you. They lied to you, and there's no way for you to get your money back. And now you start to say, "Oh, that's why I don't like to do anything in Liberia." Huh? So then your problem now becomes a Liberia's problem. Okay, you go and cry a river somewhere else in Liberia, for example, and then you want to put the whole country into your one wahala. Okay, you want to give a whole country a bad name because you invested in a company that you knew nothing about, right? Or perhaps you went and invested in a company because they told you a Ghanaian person own it, and now you give your money $40,000 plus, and the people who own that company are nowhere to be found. Can we just ask ourselves at what point we become accountable for these things, right? At what point we become accountable for just going to do things because somebody else is doing it. Okay, I actually saved two friends who wanted to invest in that property. And I told them, I said, dude, first of all, that place don't have no backyard. So that at that point, at that time, that was my selling point. That place, I have a backyard, $40,000. You can do so much with it. Blah, 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 blah. So now that those people were scammed, my friends are very happy that I told them the place didn't have a backyard. My thing is, when you are looking to do these investments, you want to know if the person is reputable. That's the first thing. You guys often are trying to go into something because somebody else went into it. It's not a good way to go. It's really not. Because the thing is, that individual may have had the 40,000 to invest in that two-bedroom property. They may have done their research or not done their research. And now you follow them. And then both of y'all now you got both of y'all lost 80,000. It's not good. Don't do that stuff. So you drive by this project and things are just on pause. At some point, they're building this place, right? But now you see things are on pause. As a person, the first thing that should come to your mind, why is it paused? It's not raining season. It's not raining heavily. Why is the project paused? Now you have to start asking. Instead of saying you want to go and invest in the building because it look nice. Everything that glitter in gold, my people. Like, people, please, y'all just please learn to do some deep question asking. That's what I want y'all to do. And be accountable for when you lose stuff in Liberia, and then you say, "Oh, Liberia not good, oh, and I like good country to go there, that country there." Oh. They put all your problem on the one little country. It's just not fair, you guys. It's not a good thing to do. You can say, "I invested in this entity and they fool me. Therefore, maybe I will go in differently. Maybe I will learn my lesson this time. Maybe I will go more often. Maybe I will pay for services that can do the job for me." These are some of the problem solving things that we can do. Okay. And then I'm gonna say this for the very last time. Although I've said multiple times that it will be my last time, but I think consistently people just like to hear me talk. There is no more property left in Marshall for you to buy. I don't know. I don't know what I need to. Maybe I need to put it on my forehead. Like, there is no more. I mean, I need a tattoo on my, my forehead. It says no more property for sale in Marshall. No more property there for sale in Marshall. Because I think on average, two on average per week, I get a question of, "Hey man, can I buy property in Marshall?" On average, two times, two times. So I should tattoo it on my head like, "No property left in Marshall, Margibi County. No property left." Because let me tell you guys something. Somebody who I'm very close to, he's going back to back with a representative for a land. Okay, back to back. They're having issues. The representative says, "That's my land." He says, "That's his land," and they're just, that's Marshall. That's not the first person. I have three other ladies. We're about to start the construction. They came together. They realized, oh, back to back land issue. It's just every day back to back land issue. So my question is Marshall the only place in that country you can build? Like, and the reason why you guys are looking to build in Marshall is because y'all like where everybody's going. You know, I love my Liberian people, but sometimes I'm just like, I shake my head, like, wow, does this people really think? The Marshall that you see today that you all want to just buy property from, it was just nothing was there before. Absolutely blank. Okay? So now for you to go to a place that's very vacant, there's no wahala, you want to go to Marshall because it's starting to look nice. Maybe tomorrow I'm gonna tattoo on my face. No more land left in Marshall. I think a lot of you don't like to build things from scratch. So you want to go to where there's already things already standing, and then you go there. It's a hot seat, and now you can sit. So there's no more property in Marshall. I don't want to hear you guys ask me again. I really don't. Because the thing is, if you dare ask me about property marshal, I'm gonna tell you go buy it. And when you finish buying it, and then you're gonna go to court. Now, when you go to court, let me tell you how the court system works, okay? The court system is how it works, okay? And if you don't believe me, go find a lawyer and say you want to sue me. Then I'll tell you how it works, okay? You get a lawyer, and I get mine. The lawyers in Liberia, they're in cahoots. They're like this. If I pay my lawyer, you pay your lawyer, they're both going to meet. And then they'll get money from you, they'll get money from me, always. From there, if I pay my lawyer more money and tell my lawyer to tell a lawyer that they need to close the case, they're going to close the case. Or perhaps what they could also do is to just keep working so you can keep spending. Then you'll go to the court. When you go to the court, all of you guys go to the court. Then they will be back in cahoots. And then they will tell each other who spent the most money becomes the winner of the case. If you don't believe me, go find yourself a lawyer. And when I mean a lawyer, I'm not talking about a law firm. There's a difference between a one person lawyer versus a law firm because a law firm has a reputation to keep. An individual lawyer, they're in cahoots, okay? You guys, if you don't believe me, go find yourself a lawyer. So the moment you buy a land in Marshall, you get a lawyer. Then if we are both competing for the same land, I get my lawyer. I'm gonna have an edge over you because actually I know that country fully well because I've been navigating in terms of business development, other things. And now you're gonna lose because these two people are not friends. Okay, you're gonna lose financially. You're gonna lose mentally because now you're gonna go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. If you have meetings here, now you're gonna be thinking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's just not necessary for you guys. So please don't ask me for Marshall. Now let me just give you some recommendations as far as somebody just asked. So then, where do we purchase properties? Okay. Again, these are based on my experience. I have been owning land in Liberia since 2006. I have not gone to court, neither will I ever backlit. You know my backlit? You guys. The reason why is like you see fewer claims there is because the place is very it's a virgin area. That means now a lot is going on, which of course a lot of you would never want to go there because it's not in Montserrado County. It's not in Monrovia. It's not in the nose of Monrovia, nor is it in the nose of Marshall. So you may not want to go there. That's a place. It's a little place I discovered, Royersville. If you Most people don't even know where Royersville is, but it's a place along the ocean. Okay, and that place, in my experience, I've yet to have one single issue as it relates to property. Because these are people that have been living over there. Those people have been living over there for 35, 40 years owning those properties. So when you do your due diligence by asking within the community, they will tell you who owns the land and who does not own the land. Okay? To be quite frank with you, most people that I've interacted with in that Royersville belt, they've been honest. Okay? Because I always do this trick. I would send one person, two, three, four people, and the story will be the same. That's how I've been managed to obtain properties on that side of town. The other place that once upon a time used to be okay is the Robert Street Highway. Like Robert Street, Tower Hill. I have properties Tower Hill. I have properties Town. I have property in Nidoing. I have properties a little bit Town. So that whole Robert Street belt used to, I'm talking about 2013. Now nobody should fool you, my dear. Because when I was buying those properties, People kept coming and coming and coming and coming and coming and just started buying things, all buying things, all buying things off. So now when you go there and somebody takes that property Battlefield, I just laugh. I'm like, good luck. Because you now will be faced with some issues. Because those land were purchased, like I said, 2013, when me and my dad were looking for properties, people were buying and buying and buying and buying and buying. So now if you think you're gonna buy property right now, you're gonna go way behind God's back. Like you're gonna walk like 40 minutes behind God's back to find property. So it's not suitable. So then what other area? You see the Breville Belt. I have beach property all along that Breville Belt. I have yet to encounter any single problem because you know what? Me and the administrators, we are friends. I'd like to be friends with my administrator because if your land wahala comes into play, I know I've already established some type of relationship. So you and the administrator are gonna face your problem while I sit and relax. Because at the end of the day, I'm a business person. I'm trying to maintain a good relationship so my land is kept. Okay. So if I once in a while need to send out administrator canned juice or some type of alcohol, I will do it. I don't have no problem. Because if you're about to start your land wahala with me, he gonna remember me before he remembers you. My point is there's just no problem over there. I don't have any issues over there. I just know how to deal with these people over there. Okay. The other thing is, as far as places, not Marshall. Um, the barbecue belt. I talk about Tower Hill. I talk about Winston. I talk about okay. Smell, no taste. Anything in smell like smell, no taste. That's a place. You smelling, but you can't taste it. Smell, no taste. No land there. No land. No land for free. Okay, or vacant. You're wasting your time. You are wasting your time. Because my dad told me this before, and a lady in Norway told me this before. Both of them said the same thing. My dad told me earlier. The lady told me a little later. The lady said, as of 1970, there has been no land in Marshall vacant. 1970, my mom was not even thinking of having like putting me on earth. 1970, that's when the land issues, the problems over there were identified. So what make you think 2024 there'll be no issues in Marshall when the problem started in 1970? Logic. Okay, next, move on. The next thing is there are properties, right, around the airport belt. But here's my advice to a lot of you guys. You need to know the government demarcation. If you buy land around the airport and you don't know where the government land ends, when they're ready for it, you have no choice but to give it away because that's the government demarcation. You have crossed the government's path to the airport space, and now you must give that property away for free REE. Because I can say FRE, free REE. Mm. Okay, so I've just educated you guys a little bit about this stuff. So don't be crossing people's boundaries, all right? A lot of you guys want ocean land, river view land, all these things. Be very mindful. Be very mindful with those properties. Those properties are sold, especially along that Farmington belt. Those properties are sold. You know, there's a little town you go to, and they always bring the devil outside, and then they tell you you can't cross this road because we're bringing the devil outside. And if you go there, you're on your own. But then when they start bringing the devil outside, you can go buy land from them. I wish you luck. Don't ask me for those properties, please. Just don't ask me for those properties. I'm not interested in your Farmington land stuff. I don't have land there for a reason because once I went there to do some inquiries about river properties and they told me they were bringing the devil outside. Jesus said, my child, run! And I was like, okay. And I never went back there. I don't need no river property over there. Don't ask me for any river property along that belt. I don't want no devil relationship. Okay? All sold out. These are just some of the places that I personally own properties, and that's where I like to do business because it's free of wahala. Wahala. I don't have time for wahala. 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 Okay. I think the best way of finding out if these property are legit, it's not even the archive. A lot of people have this misconception. It's not the archive. It's the people who live within the towns. You go to the archive, most times the lands are not even registered in the archive. And perhaps even if they're registered, they're recent properties. So if the archive is operating on paper and that paper, maybe water touched that paper, do you think you will have the paper in the archive? You won't. You just will not have that paper in the archive. So a lot of you come to me, oh, I'm gonna check the archive to see if the property is real. Then I said, go ahead. Go ahead and go check the archive. There's nothing in the archive for you, my friend. It could be there depending on the time frame. So, for example, if you bought land last year, it could be in the archive because it's new documentation. If you bought land 7 years ago, the archive would may or may not have it. New administration, new people, and that's why I keep saying these things need to be computerized. Okay, sit in the cloud. Okay, animated, but it's the truth. The best way to do this stuff is not to rush. And I'm saying this when you're buying like a huge quantity. Okay, if you're buying a huge quantity of land from people on the ground. So what you want to do, again, listen to my language, huge quantity, not few lots. Okay. When I The reason why this is important if you're buying more land is because you need more time to do your research. Before you buy a lot of land, you want to take 6 months to a year. That's how long I take. Sometimes I would even tell you I take 2 years. There's a property right now that is one of the most beautiful property I've ever seen in my entire life. The land is on the hill. You have the ocean, but before you get to the ocean, there's a lake. I've been doing research on that land for 2 years. I'm almost closing on it though. I'm almost closing. And the reason I do this is because I want to make sure the stories are matching. So I can send a group of people here and say, go do some research here. Then a couple of months later, I'll send different people that will do the research. And then other times I'll send different people like some huge sum of money to go there. And then, these are some of the tricks. And so if you would take money from the third group of people and then give the third group of people different info, and then now I'm trying to really eye your story out. Do you understand? So sometimes it takes a while, especially prime properties. Okay, this is not just it's not anything. Anything with water, I take a long time to find out. Anything with water, because I know that's what a lot of us in the diaspora we want that, but we don't take our time. We're just going by. So for me, I like to take my own time to ensure that everything is good. So it could take 2 years. Minimum is 6 months. And after I do my research, and then I become friends with people that sold me the land. And oftentimes, after I bought the land from them, they tell me, "Oh, can we clean it for you?" I'm like, "Oh, don't worry. Yeah, you can clean. I can even pay you to clean the land you sold me." It's funny, right? But keep your enemy closer. Common sense stuff. So these are some of the things you just have to do. Okay. My dad always told me, he said, "Emma, every time you go into a new town, I like you do nothing. Absolutely nothing. So you go there, they say, mm-hmm. Oh, really? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, can you tell me more about this? Oh, I'm so clueless. Because a person who listens, they learn so much. A person who act like they know zero learns so much. And everywhere I go, I just take that with me and I just learn and learn. And these land people are no different. No different. Just go. And they say, oh, can I clean your land? Don't worry. I'll give you some few dollars every month. Please clean my land. You have a buy-in with this person. They're getting an incentive. And then you take it up a notch. If they don't have anything else to do, just like, oh, let's get a little job. We pay you to do this job consistently. A slow dime is better than a fast nickel. $1 is better than $0. So anyway, these are some of the things that you may have to do. Okay, if you're not on the ground, these are some of the things that you have to do to ensure that a lot of you don't want to invest in caretaker. Uh, be careful, caretaker. The word caretaker. A lot of you don't want to invest in securing a property, and if you bought a property for $2,000, what is it to give someone $50 to make sure they keep an eye on a property you bought 2 grand? It still puzzles me when I hear a lot of you guys leave your spaces empty, and then you come back and cry because somebody else put something on it. It's like you bought a house, it has no curtains, it's empty, people can see in it, but you decide not to put curtain and mad because somebody can see inside. Huh? It surprises me all the time. If you have high value item, do everything to protect it. It's just a simple common sense principle. Do everything to protect it. You see that Broadville belt? I hire somebody there. So anybody that bought land in our first community, I tell them, don't worry. I hire somebody there, and guess what? He lives exactly 7 minutes walk from that property. So he goes to his house, he comes to work, he goes to his house, he sees everything, he knows everything about that whole community. So should anything hit the fan, people will call him. I will call him to go there. This is just simple stuff. But then I pay him every month. I pay him good every month. I bought land for him in the same community space. It's so important to do that because at the end of the day, like I said, if you know your investment is the quality and the value of your investment is high, why wouldn't you want to protect it? It troubles me. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Why would you leave something empty? It's not cool. It's really not cool. Try to protect it as best as you can. And the other thing is, when you guys travel to Liberia, try to make uh, try to make acquaintances. Okay, just try to be acquainted with people. It's very important because a lot of you don't go home often, and assuming you even go often, you still need people in your corner. And by that, take the advice my dad would give me. I'll let you know nothing. And then the people you try to know, make them to tell you things. Oftentimes, people like to talk about themselves. People like to talk too much. So you just listen to them, make them feel important, and blah 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 blah. You leave. The next thing, somebody comes. Oh no, that's Mary John property. Now you're a little bit protected. Versus if you just leave it open, nobody in the area, you're causing problems for yourself. So again, I don't have land in Marshall. No more land in Marshall on my face. That's one. You guys, man, this is Precious. You still on here? Yeah, but these things are very important because like I said, twice a week, I get this question. Do you still have land in Marshall? Do you still have land in Marshall? No, I don't have land in Marshall. I'm not even telling you to go there. So that is something that you need to resolve on your own. Um, what else? So did I answer your question? Dwe, whatever. Sorry, wisdom. I think I did. Hey, success girl. I hope you're still in here. I hope you're good. I don't think I have anything else that I think most times on this channel is to really not educate necessarily, but just to release information. That maybe you may not take all of it, but you could take a little bit of it to help you. Because what is it that you can learn from someone who's doing stuff there? And then I see a lot of people, a lot of people contact me all the time. They want to build poultry farm because Emma has a poultry. Let me tell you guys something. All hands are not equal. If you want to do something, do it because that's something you want to do. But the fact that you see my videos because I have a poultry farm, so now you want to have a poultry farm, is actually troubling. It's troubling. I'll give you the answer, but I'll also tell you it's not an easy business to do. It's a lucrative business, but it's not an easy business. If you want to do a business, like let's say a poultry business, don't call me and tell me, oh, I have a little bit of money, I have a little bit of land. First of all, you want to have a poultry in the city, it's not going to work. The smell, like health regulations, they'll come in and break your poultry down. It's not going to work. So you need a place like in an urban area, first of all. And two, your little money that you have is not going to sustain your poultry farm if you don't get the right tools and people and or knowledge. So because you see my YouTube channel, I show you poultry farm, I talk about poultry business, doesn't mean you can't go do your own little research, hire your own consultant, put a little bit of money instead of being stingy into these things. Please, you guys. It applies to all businesses in Liberia or Africa. You have to do your research. You have to ask yourself, it is something you can commit your time to. Like these businesses do need a lot of time. You need to commit time to them. Some days you have sleepless night because now you can't because your chickens are dying. You guys, this stuff is not for fun. People contact me for all kinds of stuff because they see me doing it. So I'm just letting you know before you do any business back there. Do your research, get acquainted with people who are in similar business as you. One thing I know about you Liberian people, you don't like to share information. You guys don't like to. I was talking to my partner the other day, my poetry business partner, my egg production partner, and we're just talking to each other like, my God, Liberians don't like to share. We already have this information, right? But then we contacted some Liberians. How do we get corn? This was like when we try to get corn. How do we get corn from Ivory Coast to Liberia? This is somebody that get corn from Ivory Coast, and they take it to Liberia. The guy was like, I don't know, I don't know. I'm like, oh God, you just don't want to share. And the simple fact that you are scared to share information of such as where you got your corn from is like we need a lot of poultry farms. But my issue I have is you guys who want to get into such a business is not knowing, not not doing your research. You just want to do it because somebody else is doing it. But if you genuinely did your research and this is something you're passionate about, you want to do business, then you want to hire a consultant. You want to put money in. You put money in, you get money back. You can't be a stingy business person and think you're gonna make money. It doesn't work like that. You can't say you want to have a business and you can hire somebody who knows more than you. It just doesn't. Or reach out to a mentor. It doesn't work like that. I'm not, I don't have that capacity to be telling you you need to do this whole thing to set up your poultry farm. My video is one to show you guys the possibilities, but it's not for you to just jump up and want to do it. It doesn't work like that. And we need to be okay with sharing information. You guys contact me all the time. Emma, where do you get your birds from? I get my birds from Holland. Holland. Do I need to go take your hand now to go to Holland to go find your birds there? No, I don't. Once I tell you I get my chickens from Holland, go there on Google. Where in Holland can you get birds? Contact company, email them. If you need to translate things in, Dutch, do it. I've given you it already. I cannot go in, rig my own nonsense talk just to give you information like that. Go do it yourself now. I've already told you where I get them from. Where do you get your staff? I took some of my staff from Ghana. Do you want me to take you to Ghana to get staff for you? No, I can't. Because I got staff from Ghana who we believe was qualified to come and help our brothers and sisters in Liberia, and isn't going to hire more of them. Or perhaps get somebody else in Liberia and take them to training. The reason why we had to do that is because not a lot of poultry farms that are operating in the country for you to send your staff to training. So you bring somebody who is well versed in this topic and train Liberians there to be able to help run this stuff. I can't take you to Ghana and go tell you to find people. Once I do that for you, go and network. Not even Ghana, you can take people from Nigeria. You can take people from Ivory Coast. They just need to know the work. The reason you're getting them from that place is because they can do the work. It's not because Liberians are not capable, because they can. Now, if you just need to send them to training, where do you take them? That's when this person comes in. And then, too, you can also hire a consultant. I don't need to hold your hand to go, where do I find consultant? I give you the information. Now you go do your own research. Oh, most of you come back to me. Oh, Emma, if I have chickens, do I get medication? You want to get into poultry, you don't know you need to give chicken medication. You guys crack me up. Yes, you do need to give your chicken medication so they can survive, so they can live long and give you eggs. Hello. So you want to tell me you didn't read this stuff? You want to have a poultry farm? Stop that, you guys. Stop. Stop it. It's not good. It's not good for me. You guys crack me up. Crack me up. Oh, Emma, do I need to build a big poultry farm? Don't do that. Don't ask me that kind of question. You do need to build a facility that can hold the number of birds that you want to house. So if you want to build a facility that can go hold 5,000 birds, then obviously you don't need a backyard poultry. You need a building that can house it. And oftentimes you guys need to go read about animal husbandry and also how the building's supposed to be facing in order for your chicken to lay, and to be facing towards part of the sun. And you need to know, hire an engineer who knows that stuff. These are things that if you're interested in a business, you need to do research. My background is not in poultry farming. My background is not in real estate. My background is not in construction. My background is not in talent management. My background is in business. But as an entrepreneur, you just venture into different things, right? Venture into different things. But in venture into different things, you have to really study the different things. My passion is sports, is talent management. That's my passion. That's not my background. That's not why I went to school for my undergrad. That's not why I went to school for my master's program. Absolutely none of these things I've listed. But as a business person, you want to get acquainted to people who know things that you're trying to venture into. It's very important. And when you do get into them, you want to bring knowledge to them. Don't try to just take from them. Okay, you need to bring something to the table as well. If you want to know poultry business and you're coming to me asking me if you need to give medication to chickens, that means you're not ready. If you want to go into poultry and then you are asking me, oh, how many times a day the chicken can eat, you're not ready. So you're wasting my time. It's not fair to me. Not fair to me at all. You should come prepared with your information and I'll be impressed to lead you, but not to ask me things that you can research yourself. That means you're not ready. So you guys, I share things, but if you're not ready, I just don't pay no mind because my time is very precious. So yes, that's one part of that conversation. Um, what else? I don't think I have anything else to share. But it's just I just want you guys to um take things one day at a time and try to find information yourself. It's very important. You have to ask questions. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Just ask. If you ask, you're going to learn. And also, if you pretend to know nothing, you're also going to learn. It doesn't take your name from your bag if you tell somebody I don't know. It really doesn't. And you people need to be willing to share. I see some of you guys post stuff on YouTube and say, "Oh, this is where I'm doing stuff in Liberia," and then people ask you, "So where is that?" Then now you can't share where it is because you're afraid the other person is gonna go and find out. It's like, wow, it's very troubling. It's so troubling. Stop doing that, you guys. Share stuff. Share stuff. It's okay. Liberia is such an open place. You can have the same thing in multiple locations, and it will be okay because you have a lot to go around. To be honest with you guys, a lot to go around. And I tell people for sure that if they have poultry, like 10,000 poultry farms in Liberia, I'll be so glad because Africa really we suffer for food insecurity. So one poultry farm cannot feed Liberia. Two poultry farms cannot feed Liberia. Three cannot feed Liberia. Four, five, six can still not feed Liberia. So just share it. Share it. It's okay. Just share it. But my thing is, like I said, if you're not coming correct, I can't share it. It's not that I'm meaning you, right? But it's just if you come correct, I will share with you. Like I will share with you. So that's just that. What else you guys want to know here on this channel? Business wise or anything else that's travel related, not my personal anything. Okay, you guys. What else you want to know? What else you want to know? Precious, you have any questions? You asked me to come and talk about real estate. I already did, and so yeah, you can ask your questions, and I'll tell you. I'll answer them. The ones that I know. Yeah. So anyway, what else you guys want to talk about? Apparently, you guys just want to watch. You don't want to ask questions. You don't want to talk about anything. Then I just get off this live and go eat my okra that I made. So yeah. What else to talk about? I talk about things that I don't try to make things up. Okay, that's why like you guys haven't seen a lot of content because I'm like I don't run out of stuff to say. It just have to make sense to me to put it up here. If it doesn't make sense to me, I am not putting it up here. That's just what it is. I don't do this thing full time, nor do I even do it part time. I rarely do this stuff. So when I can, I get on here and I try to share info. Um, yeah. So anything else you guys want to know? If there's nothing else to know, then I have to get off my life and go about my business and go eat my food, my okra, my fried okra. All right, you guys, been a pleasure chatting it up. Um, my friend Peter will be on this channel soon, agriculture expert. He will answer all questions relating to agriculture. I know you guys have some questions about import, export, crops to grow, all of that. He will definitely be talk about the childhood community. Please, I have a video. I have a video coming up about that. But So yeah, for those who are watching, we do well. We started this community development stuff, and pretty much a gated community, like-minded people coming together, establishing these communities. So we started the Burrillville community where you guys saw the road built. I don't think Stefan did a video recently about the water tower structure that was completed also, and now people are starting the construction. There's development actually going on in that community, and then from there we move on to Royersville because the Burrillville belt was already full, and people were interested as far as the development. So we started the Royersville community, and it again sold out full. And I decided to go to the airport side, and I started the Z community, and filled out the completely um, occupied. And so then some members that were in that community or they did not make that community asked me to have an extension. And so I did the Zawadi's community extension. And so now we are moving accordingly. I still need to add a couple of people to the group, but as of this month, I'm looking to close that community development so that we can start our project, our road project. Um, Again, these communities are in place because of the lack of structure that we often see. You build a beautiful house here, next door you see a zinc house, and then yeah, orange meeting, orange data, orange meeting, Lonza meeting, Lonza data, da 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 da. It's like, okay, we don't want that. So in these communities, you have like-minded people, similar designs, modern designs, gated community. Is like your own little city, but we're doing this collectively as a group. So the Royersville community, Royersville. I just realized a pattern. There's Brewerville community. There's Royersville community. There's Charlesville community. Otterville's Conga People Settlement. That's besides the point. That was not purposely done. These are just places that tend to be more wahala free. Anyway, so we have this Charlesville community that Precious is part of, and I'm so excited because she's such a gem. And we are looking to just close this off this month because once we hit 35, as of yesterday, two communities combined, we have about 24 people. So I'm sure very soon we are going to close this off and make this 35. Once we have 35 people, then we're going to start our projects. And then in the video that's coming up, I answer questions, I kind of showcase certain things. I'm going to pause on this development for a bit so that we can push, because these development of projects or individual projects that I have to work on, and my plate is getting full every day now. This year, I'm trying to dedicate the okay. So the end of this year, I'm trying to dedicate to my personal life. So my business will be a little tuned down to focus on my personal life. So this is my last community for now. So uh, this Charlesville community is all gated community. Our electrical source is solar panels and backup generator. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'll come back to that. Yeah, these gated community, solar panel, backup generator. Our water system is ours. No, we're not having wells in the yard. We're gonna have one water system, drilling system that you connect the pipes along the route, and each house can connect to the pipe, so you don't have these visible wells. It just doesn't look good. So we have that, and then also the houses of modern houses cannot be no zinc is allowed whatsoever. And the land is laid out so that when we map it, we can give people addresses, and it's be registered, so that things are coordinated accordingly. Um, of course, it's similar to an HOA, just because we collect dues for maintenance, trash collection, security service, all these things. And most of you always ask, like, oh my God, why are the people building the houses quickly? First of all, if you're telling people they can have zinc houses and modern homes, they need to raise money. People are not finding money on the floor. Exactly. People are not finding money on the floor. So we're giving people some little bit of time for them to gradually build their homes. And now this is happening to grow their community. The homes are now starting to be built. The same is applicable to the other communities, although we do have deadlines as far as when these houses must be completed, however. So that's that. Precious, yeah. So the video's coming up about this. That is a charge community. Okay, my mother had a poultry farm in the Congo town area in the 60s. It can be a tough business if you don't know what you're doing. Exactly. You're right. You need to do research. You can be lazy, yo. Uh, if you want to do well in business, it's so true. Uh, Primary and secondary research is very important. You can do your research, and then you have to also be in person to work with people that are already in that. Portrait business is not an easy business. Is it a lucrative business? It is a lucrative business, because it's something that people want all the time. But you have to put in the work. You really have to, like, I was discussing with my partner, and he's actually gonna be leaving Europe in June to go to Liberia for 6 months, and then I'm gonna rotate. I won't be there for 6 months, but I'm gonna rotate a bit with him. So when we are trying to scale, we are trying to scale up the if our portrait capacity is 20,000 birds, chickens. You guys don't know when I'm saying birds, but that's in the realm of that kind of business. That's what it's called. But the capacity is 20,000. If you are trying to get up to 10,000 birds, chickens, we can't sit here and go to that kind of capacity. You can start with 500, 1,000. You have people running it fine. But if you're trying to scale like 5,000, 10,000, you have to go. So my business partner, he's going in June. He'll be there for 6 months. Because if you want to see that profit, that big profit, you have to put in a lot of work. And so that is exactly what we are doing. Um, so yes, you can be lazy. In business, period. In business, period. You have to work overtime. You really have to work overtime. If you work 8 hours somewhere at these 9 to 5 jobs, if you have a business, you have to work more than 16 hours. You have to work. You can be lazy. Anyway, we move. Thank you, Precious, for watching, and you guys have a lovely night. It's time for me to eat my okra. My okra is calling my name. So yes, take care, you guys. I have this video that's coming out of Precious Reference, which is the Charger community. I have that, and also some of the updates within the other community developments. Looking forward to traveling more and doing more content. If I was a full-time YouTuber here, you guys would have content all the time, but I'm not. I just have a lot of other things that are competing for my time. So yes, thank you all so much for always sharing my videos, watching my stuff. Um, yeah, yeah. Okay, peace out. Still moving though. When I say we move, I mean it. We just gotta keep moving regardless of what's going on in life. We move, you guys. Take care. Bye. Oop. Peace, y'all.